There was a UUPG named Musahar. That was a group of people that we knew of, 0 believers, 0 churches, nothing happening among them. This particular people group, they're known for taking the hides of cows and tanning them, so very low caste in Hinduism. By 2009, we had gone into some of the Musahar villages in South Asia, and we saw the first couple of Musahar believers come to faith. I remember one guy in particular who to this day has bloodshot eyes because of how much he had drunk. He was the 3rd believer that came to faith out of that community. Inside the next 6 months or so, we just saw those first few believers begin multiplying. As those believers began multiplying, we saw churches start. And about a year after that, I was standing in one of the Musahar villages and talking to 80% of the community that had come to faith in that village and saying, we've been praying for them for 3 years, and now here's the results of those prayers. At this point, we're seeing more than 3% of the Musahar now profess faith in Jesus. And it's just going from village to village, person to person. And it's an amazing thing to watch the gospel take root in that people group and move out from there. That type of gospel proclamation is needed every day in a variety of places in South Asia. A couple of years ago now, I was out one day with Kieran. We were walking down the road and we came across a crowd of people that was outside of a Hindu temple. As we started listening, it sounded like the guru, the Hindu religious guy, he was reading a spreadsheet. And it sounded very much like one of our spreadsheets. He said, in this district, there's this many Christians, this percentage, and this one, this many, and on and on and on he goes. And his point was, we need to do something about these Christians. They're growing in number every day in South Asia. And he said, by 2030, if we do nothing, 70% of our nation will be Christian. And the crowd erupts, and Kieran and I are in the back cheering for a very different reason than all the Hindus were. But just hearing that and seeing that just solidifies in our mind. It's not just God doing something small in this place, but this country in particular has one of the fastest growing churches in the world. And it's an amazing thing to watch and an amazing challenge to have as well. As the church grows, we need to also be thinking about pastoral development. We need to be thinking about long-term health, even next generation theologians that need to rise up from this place. And that story just encapsulated that whole idea for us. And it was great to hear it from the mouth of a Hindu.